What is up? It is Big Char Trades back with another YouTube video, and in this video I am going to be recapping my trade from today where I made around $3,107 across all of my accounts. As you guys know, I've been on a losing streak, right? Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were all red days for me, so I finally broke that losing streak. So in this video, I'm going to explain how. So coming into the market today, so today's bias was a little bit bearish and bullish, right? My short-term draw, here, I'll just explain it to you. So on the daily time frame, we had this daily SMT. As you can see, the NASDAQ is sort of stuck in this daily bearish gap, and ES is, basically at all-time highs, right? So we have that bearish SMT. And then on the 4-hour time frame, right, if we take a look at the NASDAQ, as you can see, we're clearly, trading to the downside. And on ES, we are clearly, trading to the upside. So there is nothing really here for me other than the market structure. So then we drop down to the hourly, and this is exactly what we have. We can see that last night was NVIDIA earnings, right? And what did we do? We made this really weird candle. It's sort of like an inside bar here, right? We have this high and we have this low, and price is sort of stuck inside this range, right? But we are making higher highs, right, and higher lows inside this range, right? And this is all, low resistance liquidity that's eventually going to get swept. So what I wanted here was I wanted us to sweep this high so that this liquidity could get swept to the downside, and then we could take a trade short down to this low, right? So we came up here coming into the market, and we swept this high. These were actually equal highs on ES, as you can see right here. These were equal highs, and on the NASDAQ, they weren't. So the market opened and we immediately ran these highs. And when we did that, I was very, very interested in shorts. So what did I do? I dropped down to the 1 minute time frame, and I was looking for anything that could give me a valid short, right? So on this 1 minute time frame, what do we have? Well, we have this high right here that ended up getting ran. Okay, so a lot of you guys are probably confused, like why would you take a 1 minute inversion out of this high, right? So as you guys can see, this was the whole narrative behind my trade, this 1 minute inversion. But obviously I'm not going to simply take a 1 minute inversion out of this high, right? I wanted this high to get ran and I wanted to take an inversion out of it, but taking a 1 minute inversion would be stupid because, that's just not enough. So what do I need? I need another confluence, okay? So on this lower time frame, as you can see, this high got ran right here. And if we take a look at ES, right, that same high, okay, that high did not get ran, right? This high, here, let me move this so you can see it. This high did not get ran. As you can see right there, ES didn't get close to running that high, right? The NASDAQ clearly ran that high on this same candle, okay? That lower time frame SMT along with this inversion gives me reason to believe that we want to go lower. So with that being said, right, this candle closed, and I'm not going to take this inversion because this is a huge stop. This is a 48-point stop, and I'm just not going to take that. So I waited for a retest. I got an entry around here. Wait a second. Got an entry around here, right? Or here, somewhere around here, right? My stop was right here, and then my final TP was right here. Whoops. I think my entry was here. It ended up being like a 1 point something R. I TP'd here. Okay, so here's the thing, right? This was my initial trade idea, right? This is what I wanted today, okay? My TP was this low, okay? I cut the trade early because if we take a look, right, at ES, I think I need to drop down to the lower time frames. Okay, if we take a look at ES, ES ran this low, right? Price put in this low, okay? Price put in this low right here. Okay, and ES ran that low before the NASDAQ. What am I? Yeah. Okay, you can't really see it. Maybe if I drop down to the 15-second. I just want you to see it because in real time, you could tell, obviously, that ES already took the low and the NASDAQ didn't. And that's why I closed my position. Okay, so ES ran this low on this 15-second. Okay, whatever. You can't tell. But the point is that ES took that low before the NASDAQ. Okay? So right there, when ES took that low, I'm not gonna, okay, I don't even know where I am anymore. Whatever. Right? If ES took that low first and I'm on a 3-day losing streak, okay, I'm gonna TP here. I'm gonna TP here because I'm not trying to risk I'm not trying to risk, another losing day, right? Just because I'm greedy, right? I could have waited for this low down here, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not trying to get stopped out today. I'm on a losing streak. I need to secure my W, so that's exactly what I did. I took the 1.16R. I'm fine with that. So with that being said, that concludes today's trade recap. Hopefully all of you guys understood why I took this trade and why I clipped the trade. And with that being said, let me know in the comments below if you took the same trade as me. Let me know if you understand this trade and whatever, all that good stuff. Subscribe if you feel like it. Finally broke that fucking losing streak. Feels great. And yeah, peace out. Have a good rest of your day and happy Thursday.